Howdy, Possum Patty here, and yappers, there's just an explosion of fun that happened here this afternoon. I did a live with Martha at Martha Makes Art, and we had the best time ever. Well, it was morning for her because she's West Coast. It was early afternoon for me, East Coast, and we had tons of fun and lots of awesome company in the chat room. Yes, I think I will give Martha 2 thumbs up for holding my hand during my very first live. Well, it's a good thing if you remember from the last video that I cleared a space on the floor because I went down to the magical basement and I brought up a ton of stuff and threw it all on the floor. So I had lots of room to work on my lap journal, my trashy lap journal. Yes, I think I got quite a lot done during our live. But I think what I'm going to do now is pick this stuff up and putting it in a bag and save it, and maybe I'll do another live and get some more work done on that trashy lap journal. I will link that video below. Yes, Martha posted it after we went live, so you can watch the replay if you'd like. Stinky, are you going to help? Stinky. Stinky. Are you helping? Stinky Winky Woos is down here helping me out. Yes. I'm going to pick some of this stuff up, clear a space, and I want to journal about that project I told you I was going to work on out in the other room. So come on along. This is my lap journal, which originally was just this pie box with journals inside of journals here. And the slice of pie is going to go in that pocket, but I think I need a fastener. Ooh, I could put a button up there to hold that in. Okay. I just always get ideas, don't I? And today I finished this little journal inside the journal, and then I sewed my big laptop into a bigger a bigger journal, and I made pockets, and I'm working on some smaller journals. Yes. So if you want to see all that, go to the live. If you want to see more, let me know. I might do another live to get some more work done on this journal in a journal in a journal. But today I'm going to do a page in Emma, and she's my shabby chic journal, and all these things I got at the flea market. The jewelry, the trim, the material, the lace, the little clusters with pearls, everything purchased at the flea market. And even this portrait of Emma, I got at the flea market. But as you can see, everything inside is not is not shabby chic. Just a journal. Everything inside is just Possum Patty journaling. Yes. And let's see. Why did I leave that page blank? Don't know. I left it open for something from the spring, I think. I'll have to go back and see. As you see, I journal about a lot of my flowers and nature. Okay, today is kind of about these freesia bulbs and kind of about my house plants. Okay, so I could put something there and fill that space in. I left a lot of spaces, didn't I? Oh, I got to do an update on my trellis over here. I've got a vine growing on it. And that was about my dad. Boy, I really skipped around, didn't I? I left empty spaces for journaling. That was the parade. Well, I think I think I have a bunch of seed packs I want to put in there and different things. So I think I will come over here, then maybe do some back journaling later. Oh, I went down to the magical basement. I brought this tropical bag of things back up because these leaves inside remind me of houseplants. You know, houseplants are like low light, understory tropical plants anyway. Yeah, they don't survive outside. Not here. And I don't know about this. Might be too big for this page. So this was my project. So I'll show you my project while I'm working on the page. Maybe we'll go back and forth. See if I can work that out. Well, that might fit right there, right? Nice big leaf. There's a darker one. I do have some paper with leaves on it like that, I believe. I'm looking at these little leaves here. I don't know if I'll use flamingos or parrots, we'll see. Oh, and this one, what's this one have? This is all Dollar Tree stuff. I was going to make a tropical journal. I just haven't done it yet. I was talking about how I may just cosmically smash things into some of the journals I already made and finish those up before I start another one. Ooh, well, that is pretty. What do you think? What do you think? I know I don't have any orchids, but I do have a peace plant, and that gets flowers on it. I love my bling bling and my glitter. Well, I'll take out these things, and then I'll decide what I want to use. What else I got here? And in that bag was this diamond painting set from the Dollar Tree, which was a tiger. And I took it out because I was like, I want to journal about my tiger lilies. Should I use this? Let's see how big it is, and maybe it'll fit in this journal. Ooh, if I trim it just a little bit, I can get that in there. This can be the journaling card. I can make a pocket with that tiger lily material that's over there somewhere. Got this. I got a little bit of this. I don't have a lot, a little bit. I could do that. Use this for the journaling card. Something like that. And that is absolutely what I'm not doing right now. I'll have to diamond paint that first. I had the table cleared off to work on that big project. Now I'm filling it up again. All right. I believe there's something in here. I think this is one I got at the flea market too. Look at the roses. Gorgeous. Irises. See, now this one. Well, I thought that it was about time to repot some of the plants, house plants that I had over by the sliding glass doors, between the kitchen and the living room. And Baby Possum had given me this planter, and it had a lot of plants in it. It had a peace plant that bloomed and a vine and a lot of things in there. And it's been in there for quite a while. And yeah, I thought it might be getting pot bound or root bound, whatever they call that, when there's not much soil left and the roots are just kind of running around the bottom of the plant. I stopped at the Dollar Tree, just to pick up a few little plastic pots. And well, they had already put all their summer garden things away. So I went next door to the Ocean State Job Lot, which is like an Odd Lot or an Ollie's, one of those discount stores. And I did get a few little gray pots and I brought them home. So let me show you what it looks like before. And then when I was sitting outside doing the repotting, I did film a lot of that. So I can show you how I did that. And then I'll put a picture of them at the end, when I was all done and they were back on the shelf. So I think what I want to do is just kind of a simple page here, maybe a little pocket, and I'll do a little journaling card, with the before picture and the after picture, maybe the date. And, basically that's it. I just want to journal about repotting my plants. Today's project is going to be replanting all the plants that are in this one basket the baby possum gave me at Mother's Day. I think there's like 5 or 6 different plants in there, and they're all going to get their own little pot. And I've got to organize my succulents. Right now the vine is sitting on top of them. And then I might combine it with this jade plant over here. And down there, I got a stack of pots. And the potting soil is outside. So I'll probably take these outside and work on that. Meanwhile, I'm playing with the cats with my angel tear sun catcher here. I hung it down low so that they can see the little rainbow sparkles that it throws on the wall. I've got a nice sunny spot here. I've got my bucket of soil. The first thing I'm going to do is try and separate this jungle. The little basket's getting all moldy. Yeah, it's got to come out of here. Gotta toss that out. Got a plastic liner though. Let's see if I can get it out. Wow, look at those roots. It's pretty root bound. Might be hard to separate. All right, we don't need the bow anymore. Toss that out. This might be harder than I thought. Sometimes you can separate it and sometimes you've got to get a knife. Couple of passing clouds. It's a gorgeous day. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. I just have to make sure I get enough roots for each plant. Might not get all of them, but get enough. Okay. One more piece in there. Mamma mia. Okay, I didn't bring my little shovel. Oh, do I have enough dirt? It's not dirt, it's soil. Do I have enough soil? I'm doing this. I'm doing this without my gloves. The gloves are sitting over there on the ground. This is, I gotta bend down. This is Miracle Grow soil. And I might trim this a little bit. And see. If you trim it so you got a node, this little part here, that can become new root. So you can stick that in the soil. I didn't cut very much, did I? Let's get a longer one. See, this can be a new root right there. So you can actually start a lot of plants here. So I'm going to save this to last because that has to get trimmed. All right, let's do another one. Oh, it's too late to put on my gloves. My hands are dirty. These pots have a little part on the bottom there for drainage for the soil. So they don't get root rot. Okay. You couldn't even see this polka dotted plant in there. Well, I didn't get too many roots. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, I think this one was definitely getting smothered by those other plants. They might go into shock for a little bit, but they should be okay after that. Okay, now, look at this jungle. You probably shouldn't wait this long before you do this. Okay, this one doesn't want to come out. Kind of work it a little bit. Some people just take a knife and just slice right into that. but sometimes you can tease it apart. There we go. So you can work it, and there it goes. So now you've got the root system. You put into the pot. See, I could probably start all kinds of plants with this, but let's see how many pots did I get. I'll probably just keep them all together for now. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, and this got to get trimmed. 3. Let's work on number 4. Which is this one. Oh, let's see, I want to do that one. I could do 2. I got 6 pots. 1, 2, 3. I could divide this one 4, 5, and put that in 1, 6. I don't know if I could. Let's see. That's 1. 2, 3. All right, I'm going to put the 2 little ones together. I'm going to trim off the flowers. This is a peace plant. Wow, look at the root system on this. Could trim the roots. Ta-da! All right, this leaf looks a little yellow. Trim that off. Could be underwatering, could be overwatering. Okay. Mr. Possum wanted to know if I was going to make a mess. Of course I'm going to make a mess. Okay. 2 more. Look at the root system. Wow, these grew the best. This one's getting a new one. Growing from a little, look at that. Maybe I can find a tiny pot for that one. All right, that looks good, doesn't it? Yes, they look healthier already. All right. We're getting there. All right, now why did I put the next plant way out there? Now, Mr. Possum wrote dirt on the can. This is not dirt. This is potting soil, okay? Dirt is what your mama sweeps up off the kitchen floor. That's dirt. This is potting soil. This is what plants need to grow in, soil, which is a combination of inorganic materials and minerals, yes. Okay. Now we're going to do this one. Look at the roots on this one. A chip at the bottom. Gonna loosen up the roots a little bit. If you loosen them up a little bit, then they'll feel free to grow into the new soil that you're putting it into, instead of running around in a circle like they were doing. I know this one's a little thin, but this was just a twig that came in a bouquet of flowers, and I stuck it in the water and it grew some roots. And I didn't keep it watered well enough. It kept drying out in this little pot, yeah. But I think see, you'll get some side shoots on there and it'll come back. It'll be fine. At some point I might trim it back and let it get a little bushier. Okay, those are done. Should I put this little tiny one in here? Okay, now I'm going to clean this up and get the other two pots to work on. Now I'm thinking, because there's not going to be much room on my little table, that I'm going to do away with this planter. It's got all kinds of critters in it. This is a solar frog. His eyes light up after dark. And this is a piece of granite. And yeah, that's the rest of it. And I'm thinking, oh, here's a little birdhouse. Okay. Yeah, see, some of this is going to come off. I'm just going to pull this out. This is very dry. Okay. I'll pull everything out of here. Maybe not that. That looks good. And this is my jade plant. Okay. So back here, I want to put a couple of those things. Wow, this is dry. This needs to be watered. Get some water. I'm trimming back some of the plants and putting them in the other planter. This planter is basically a big mess of roots and stems, and I'm just going to clean this up, put a couple stems in the other planter. See, like this. See, it's got roots here. I don't think it needs all of that. So we'll just trim that, take off the dead. Some fresh soil on there. So here's another one. Oh, I want to get a piece of this big one, but not all of this. Look for a spot that has some roots. A lot of this is just the same plant twisted around and around and around. This one's got roots though. Now each one of these tiny little leaves that falls off has the potential to become a whole new plant. Okay, I'll probably put these out in the garden because that's enough for in the house. Put these out there too. And oh, I got Mr. Pig over here. I put one in him. I put another one there. All righty. Cleanup time. Oh, I got my little things here. Okay, I can put that in there. And these other guys will have to go on the shelf. Well, doing this colorful journal page was a lot easier than repotting all those plants, yes. But I think they're looking good now. Yeah, it was really a tangled jungle mess, right? What I decided to do was use this leaf as the pocket, but since this leaf was so small, I decided to do like a hidden pocket. So I glued down one piece of the scrapbook paper, and then I cut another piece exactly in the same pattern, and I glued this to it. And then I just cut along the edge here. So when I glued it on as a pocket, the pattern just continued from the pocket into the page. So it looks like it's not even there. But yet the pocket now goes all the way down to the corner so that I can stick the other leaf right in there. Fits possum perfect, right? So I put two pictures. I put the before tangled mess of plants. These were all crowded in one pot, and this one's trailing all over the place. And the after picture where everybody's got their nice little pot, and hopefully they'll all grow big and beautiful now that they have room to stretch their roots out. And I did the journaling on the back. Yay, look how much journaling I did. August 21st, 2024. It was starting to look like a jungle in the kitchen. The plants were becoming pot bound. The roots were encircling the pot perimeter and getting overcrowded. I took them all outside and repotted them with fresh soil. I bought 6 gray pots from Job Lot to do the job. My indoor garden is now looking good. And that leaf will get tucked inside that leaf, just like that. And voila, the journaling is done. Well, I got a journal page done, and I've got my big repotting project done too. So I'm very happy. And I'm happy that you came along today and allowed me to share it all with you. Happy junk journaling. Bye-bye. Meditations on the Earth. I had always pictured jungle as suffocating spaghetti tangles, a wicked salad that stank in your face and flung its stalks around you. It was more like a church with pillars and fans. There was nothing smoldering about it, and although it was noisy with birds, it was motionless. No wind, not even a breeze in the moisture and green shadows and blue-brown trunks. And no tangles, only a forest of verticals, hugely patient and protective. Paul Thoreau.